Hey everybody, I am incredibly excited to share with you what's been going on this last week. We had our NT scan on Thursday and we actually found out what we're having. Unexpectedly, we were measuring 6 days ahead, meaning that we had our ultrasound at 12 weeks and 5 days, but we were really measuring 13 weeks and 4, which actually is a little funny because originally we thought that our due date would be around November 6th. And then we had our dating ultrasound and we were told that it was either going to be a blighted ovum or it would develop, and we weren't really sure. And when we came back at our 8-week ultrasound, when I actually measured 8 weeks and 5 days, they put us at November 12th. So if it was to be where we're measuring, it would actually be on November 6th is when we'd be due. I don't know if they're going to change our due date or not. It just depends on how my doctor feels and if it's a big enough leap for him to go ahead and say that we're going to move our due date up. I have mixed emotions about that because we had a similar thing happen with our daughter where we thought we were due on, I think it was July 27th. And we ended up having a due date of August 6th. And then of course she passed away on July 26th and they wouldn't induce us because we were 38 weeks and 1 day, and that was the last time we heard her heartbeat, and she was born at 38 weeks and 3 days and she was stillborn. So I have a little bit of reservation, but at the same time, we did discuss with our high-risk ultrasound doctor what we were going to do for this pregnancy, and we decided that we were going to follow the same protocol as we did last time with Dexter, which means that starting at 32 weeks we're going to have ultrasounds every week or every 2 weeks, and then at 34 to 36 we're going to do them every week, along with a appointment with my doctor and a non-stress test. So that would essentially mean that 3 times every week I would be in the hospital being seen by either my doctor, the high-risk ultrasound technician, or the non-stress test people. It gives us more of a chance to catch anything going wrong and to also make sure that growth is happening the way it should. We found out that we have an anterior placenta again. We had one with Dexter. We did not have one with Sophia or Bryce or Aiden. That just means that the placenta is attached to the front of the belly instead of either on the back or up on top, which is where it normally is attached, which makes me feel really good because of the fact that Dexter is here and he is safe, and I almost have a feeling that maybe the placental abruption was from the fact that I had had so many pregnancies in the normal spot that it could have weakened that area. I'm not sure how all that works, but in my head I feel like an anterior placenta gives us a better shot. So that's basically kind of what we decided as our care plan. We also decided that at 37 weeks I would go in and have a amniocentesis, so they would take a needle and go through my belly in a spot where the placenta was not, and then test for lung development. If the baby's lung development was fantastic, then we'd go ahead and induce. If it was not, I would be admitted right there and I would stay in the hospital for a week and we would induce at 38 just to give the baby more time for the lungs to develop. And so I'm monitored, baby's monitored, and everything is great. So baby will be here in October. I don't know when, but it will be in October, so that's exciting and a little scary all at the same time. I'm a little anxious. For it. Okay, so other stuff. The NT scan went fantastic. They didn't see any issues at all. Obviously they were able to tell us our gender, and we will announce that in another video that I'll post. And we are over the moon excited and thrilled and scared, and it's such a blessing and such a great thing. I actually saw the doctor that I didn't like for my high-risk ultrasound, and he was great, and I think he kind of understood why we were concerned last time, and he was maybe having bad days or a bad week, but this time he was very bright and he was open and he was excited for us, and he was really glad Dexter got here okay and safe, and he was beautiful and he weighed fine and he did well. So I'm really excited to see what this year has to bring, because the other 2 ultrasound technicians that are high-risk doctors and kind of go through all the high-risk stuff with us, The two that were there last time are no longer there. One retired. I think the other one moved to a different practice. So I'm kind of stuck with the one I wasn't really fond of last time and another doctor I haven't seen before. But I'm really thrilled that he was open and excited and okay with the same care plan being administered this time as it was with Dexter. So that's essentially everything that happened. They didn't get the blood back, so they took another blood test just so they would have it. So they FedExed that. And they said that with what my ultrasound showed, I should be in the low risk category for having the trisomies, the 3 that they test for, which I think are the 13, the 11, and the 21, but I could be wrong. I don't assume that anything will come back, but you never know. So we should be getting those results either today or tomorrow. We just haven't gotten the call yet. We did 2 baby buys, so I'm kind of excited to show you those. The first baby buy, I think it's gender neutral enough. A lot of people won't think so, but I really don't care. So this is the little hat, and it's a little knot hat, and I got this on Etsy, and this is the shop, Vivienne Lorraine, and I absolutely love this little hat. And then it's this little tiny, it's not really tiny, but to me it's tiny. It's this little sleeper. It's so adorable. And if you guys have watched any of my videos about Sophia and her birth and her pregnancy, you will know that her little thing was elephants and balloons. I bought elephants with balloons, the Aiden and Anais up and away. Was entirely Dexter's theme. We wanted to tie in a little bit of Sophia into his room, and then now we get to with the next baby, with baby E. So we are super excited, and I loved it because it was outdoorsy. It has like little lions having tea parties. If I can find one, I'll show you. It's just really cute fabric, and I absolutely love the print. I like the colors in it. I think it's definitely gender neutral enough to be for a boy or for a girl. So we bought that. And then the other thing we bought, and of course I left it over here. So the other thing we bought are these really cute newborn hats. And I do not have the Etsy shop with me, but I will link it. So these are little newborn hats, and these were actually made for twins. They had a sale, and so I bought the twin ones because we didn't know what we were having yet, and these took about 2 weeks to get in. But the pink one has a little bow, and it says little sister, and then the blue one just has a little brother. It's so cute. So one of these is going to be in our hospital bag because I did not care for the hat that they gave to Sophia. Dexter had a normal hat, Bryce had a little white crocheted one, and then Aiden had a white crocheted one. It was really weird how the hospitals kind of do kind of different things. But I wanted to have a special hat for this baby because I plan for the worst and hope for the best. And so if anything were to happen, I will always have one of these really cute little hats to remember my baby by. And if the best happens, which I'm hopeful it will, they will be wearing this little hat out of the hospital. So they're just made out of the normal hospital materials. They're soft and stretchy and just really adorable, and they come pre-washed. So you don't have to wash them before you go to the hospital. One less thing to do. And they were pretty cheap too, I think about $7 each. And they had a sale on the 2, obviously. And they had them for twins, for twin girls, for twin boys, and I think triplets as well. So that is pretty much all that I have for updates. I'm not as nauseous as I was. I haven't thrown up in 3 days, so I'm excited and celebrating that. I feel so much better. I actually got sleep. I woke up Mother's Day morning. I really wanted to sleep in. We went to church. We go to all 3 of our church services because my husband works in the nursery with I think the 1st and 2nd graders. And so we were there like all morning long. And I wasn't tired. For the first time in my entire life, I was not exhausted by the end of church. Not my entire life, but for this pregnancy. Baby E is about 3 inches long now and probably about an ounce. And they are the size of a pea pod at 13 weeks. The other thing is I really don't know if they're going to consider me 13 weeks anymore because we could be ahead. So I'm either 13 or 14 weeks right now. I'm measuring 14 weeks. So that is essentially everything that's happened. My cravings are still the same, things like cheese and crackers and oranges, and I craved a McDonald's sundae, which is disgusting, but I just needed that like smooth, creamy fake ice cream. And that's it. Baby bump, I'm not wearing my shirt today because it's not washed yet, but I do have more of a bump. I think I'm carrying high. But that's basically all that I have for you guys for 13 weeks. And I'm so excited that I'm done with the first trimester. I cannot wait for the second trimester. I'm a little anxious about the third being in the summer. But I'm just really thankful that this is how far we've come. We didn't know 2 years ago that we would have Dexter. We didn't know that we'd have any more children biologically at all. And so this has been just a huge, huge blessing. Unexpected, but so wanted, and just, it's amazing. And I appreciate everyone's support and all the prayers that we've had coming to us and all the emails, and I just appreciate everything. And that's pretty much where we're at. Bye.